وأصلحنا يا أرحم الراحمين. عافنا واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا. اللهم أنت السلام ومنك السلام وإليك يعود السلام يا ذا الجلال والإكرام. Dear brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We're going to go over a small hadith that we need for us to take it, because this is an easy way to connect you to the deen and keep you going. And Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam سئل by أحد الصحابة أي الأعمال أحب إلى الله, and Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam answered with a few words, which the best deed that Allah loves the most. That's, you notice that most the Sahaba and most the companions of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they don't always ask him about deeds. The best deed, afdalul kalam, ahabbul kalam, is the best thing for Allah. Allah loves the most. What is the best? What is the ihsan? They always ask for the best, and that's what we need when you seek something the best. Ask for afdalul a'mal, ahabbul kalam, ahabbul a'mal, and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, أدومها وإن قل. 2 words. He said, what is the best deed that Allah loves the most? He said, أدومها, the one you did continuously, even if it's too little. No matter what it is, just keep doing it, even what it is little. What is that supposed to mean? This is supposed to mean it connects you always to whatever you do, because every single thing, sometimes you get overwhelmed. If I tell you today, I need you to read the Quran, I need you to read Surah Al-Baqarah. Some of us, they say, it's like 52 pages and it's too much and this and that. But guess what? If you start the Surah Al-Baqarah, with 5 ayat one day, you're going to finish it. But if you look at it, how many of us, they say it's too much, but you never read it? Never. Why? Because in his mind, it's always too much. It's too long. It takes an hour and a half in one sitting. But if you take five ayat or 10 ayat, in a week we'll be done. That's if I'm saying if 10 ayat. But if you did 10 ayat in every salah, that's 50 ayat. The whole thing is 286 ayat. It mean in 5 days we'll be done. And that's what, at least you're already connected to the Quran. نسأل الله أن لا نكون من الذين قال ربي إن قوم اتخذوا القرآن مهجورا, that they deserted the Quran. That's what you keep. Whatever it is, just little. Because why? Because the minute you connect to the little, it's easy to do it. You're not overwhelmed, but even keep it always keep it as a habit. Like anything that you do it, and even even if it's little, it become a habit. But if you do something one time, then you stop, then another 2 weeks or 3 weeks, after 2 months you're not going to do it no more, because you're not even connect to it. And that's what it is, dear brothers. Take whatever Allah, لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها. Take 5 ayat, take 1 hadith, connect to whatever it is. If you want to do sadaqah, you don't have a lot of money, and instead of doing 500, do $1, do $2, do $3, do whatever you can. Connect. That will keep you from تصدقين. Go from read one ayah. You keep you this from من القارئين. Do ihsan. From المحسنين. Ask. Do أمر بالمعروف. You are من الأمرين بالمعروف والنهيين عن المنكر. That's what it is, dear brothers and sisters. Sometimes do not get overwhelmed with a lot of things. Do what you can. Do what little things over here, little things over there. And if you keep doing, just Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam telling it, not to me, not to you, he's telling it to the Sahaba. Because sometimes you're going to get to the point that you get overwhelmed with a lot of stuff. Dunya will take you. But if you read over here, if 5 ayat, 1 hadith, you did one sadaqah, you did a good deed outside the masjid, you connect to the masjid with one thing, even if you whatever it is, whatever that little is, because that little, if you collect it, it's a lot of things. This is how when you save, you don't save $1,000. You start with $1. You put $1 over $1, then all of a sudden, after a month or 2, you already have $1,000. But if you think I'm going to save $1,000 when you not really cannot save 100, it becomes too much. Just that's what it is, dear brothers. Sometimes even in deen, we need to take it. Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam again said, "Adwamuha." Keep doing it, whatever. وَإِنْ قَلَّ. You know, وَإِنْ قَلَّ. If it's little, do not even say, it is too little. Because if you say the little and you don't do it, because you don't want to do the too much, and the too little is too little, then you're not going to do this either. But that's what it is, brother. Always teach yourself something. You have the Quran, do like five ayat. Read, well, there is a hadith right here in this screen. Read that hadith. You try to memorize it. And again, if you memorize it, you try to understand it. And if you understand it, you try to implement it. And if you implement it, try to teach it to others. It keeps you in a circle of learning at all the time. That's what it is. One hadith, you teach one hadith. I learn one hadith, then I implement it, then I teach it to you. You teach it to him, then he will teach me one hadith. That's what it is. The knowledge is one information at a time. Knowledge is nothing but information. Maybe I'll tell you one hadith, then you tell me one hadith that I don't know. Now we got two hadith. I read one ayah, you tell me another ayah, then now we have two ayahs. And that's how it is there, brothers and sisters. Sit down with a little, whatever you can. If you can read one surah, mashallah, tabarakallah. You can read more than one hadith, tabarakallah. But try to put yourself in a habit that you don't deserve nothing. You don't deserve the Quran. You don't deserve the hadith. You don't deserve the amal al-khair. You don't deserve the sadaqah. I remember one neighbor back home. This guy, he's always in Ramadan. He said, I am always in Ramadan. I'm doing sadaqah every single day in Ramadan. What he does, he took whatever he wanted to donate in one day, and he divided in 30 days. And now he said, I said, well, why are you doing this? He says, so I will be always doing the sadaqah. That's what it is. If I have, let's say that I have, it's 30 days, let's say that I have $100. He will take it $3 today. Then he put the other $3 the next day. Then the other day, and he spent the same $100. But he's become the habit of giving sadaqah. That's, later on when Allah gives you, that's because you already have the habit, you will spend more. But if you're really before and you don't do it because you expected that I have to have a lot of things to do, then you're not going to do it. And that's what it is, dear brothers. Again, read one ayah from the Quran. I always say that a lot of us, they don't read the Quran. Why? Because first of all, we think it's difficult. Some of us, they think too difficult, and sometimes they get overwhelmed. No, just take two ayat. Take two ayat. Try to listen to who is really, found a sheikh who recited and understand what it means. It means today you are better than yesterday. And if you get two ayat tomorrow you are better than today. It means you are improving all the time. And that's what it is, dear brothers. Again, خير أحب الأعمال إلى الله أدومها وإن قل. Remember that. Whenever you think sometimes you get overwhelmed with something, do something no matter how little it is, and keep doing it. Do you know when you do something, even you become the master of it, right? If you keep doing one thing, you become a habit, you become a master of it. But then if you do sadaqah, you become a mutasaddaq. If you read the Quran, one ayat, you become a qari. You will always going to read. نسأل الله العزيز القدير أن يعلمنا ما ينفعنا وأن ينفعنا بما علمنا. اللهم زدنا علما. اللهم اهدنا فيمن هديت وعافنا فيمن عافيت وتولنا فيمن توليت وبارك لنا فيما أعطيت وقنا واصرف عنا شر ما قدرته وقضيت فإنك تقضي بالحق ولا يقضى عليك وإنه لا يعز من عديت ولا يذل من واليت تباركت ربنا وتعاليت فلك الحمد يا ربنا على من أنعمت به وأوليت. نستغفرك اللهم ونتوب إليك. اللهم أرنا الحق حقا وارزقنا اتباعه وأرنا الباطل باطلا وارزقنا اجتنابه. قربنا لما تحبه وترضاه وابعدنا عما يغضبك يا الله. اللهم لا تجعل الدنيا أكبر همنا ولا مبلغ علمنا ولا إلى النار مصيرنا يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم اجعل القرآن ربيع قلوبنا وجلاء همنا وزوال غمنا. اللهم اجعله شفيعنا يوم القيامة. اللهم اجعلنا ممن قيل لهم اقرأ فارتقي يا الله. اللهم رب اجعلني مقيم الصلاة ومن ذريتي ربنا تقبل دعاء. رب اغفر لي ولوالدي رب ارحمهما كما ربيا صغيرا. اللهم اتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. وصلى اللهم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا. أكثروا من الصلاة على الحبيب المصطفى. صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما.